Some of you sitting here today are tired of being ordinary, tired of hearing the word no before you even try, tired of watching doors close while opportunities pass you by. But I'm here to tell you something the world doesn't always want you to hear. You were not made to fit in. You were made to stand out. Yes! You are not here to follow the crowd. You are here to be econom tx exitio, not because life is fair, not because the odds are in your favor, but because inside you burns a fire so powerful that it will break every limitation, shatter every doubt, and rewrite your story. Today, we are going to talk about rising above the ordinary, defying the expected, and stepping into a life so extraordinary that people will not only see your success, they will feel your breakthrough. So I want you to sit up, lift your heads, and get ready because your exception is calling your name. Too many of us live our lives wearing chains we didn't even know we were carrying. We've been told what we can do, what we should do, and even what we cannot do. And somehow we have believed it. But let me tell you something right now. Your potential is not measured by the limitations someone else has placed on you. The truth is, the only limits that matter are the ones you accept. Every extraordinary person you admire, every trailblazer, every legend, they all started by refusing to be confined by the boxes society tried to put them in. Redefining your limits begins with your mind. You must see beyond what is obvious, beyond what is comfortable, and even beyond what seems possible. You must dare to believe that your current reality is not your final reality. Because the moment you accept someone else's idea of your boundaries, you stop growing, you stop striving, you stop becoming the exception. But when you take ownership of your life, when you decide that your limits are not defined by your past, your circumstances, or the opinions of others, something miraculous happens. Doors you thought were closed begin to open, and mountains that looked impossible to climb suddenly seem like challenges you were made to conquer. Redefining your limits requires courage. It demands that you face fear head on and refuse to let it dictate your actions. It means stepping out of the familiar and embracing the unknown, knowing that growth rarely comes from staying comfortable. You must confront every self-doubt, every I can't, every whisper of impossibility, and say, that is not my truth. I will not be limited by that. And let me tell you this, the world will test you. It will try to remind you of your old boundaries. It will offer comfort in the ordinary, but you must resist. You must push past the doubts, past the critics, past the naysayers, and rise to claim the space that is yours. Because when you redefine your limits, you don't just break through barriers, you inspire others to do the same. You set a new standard, not just for yourself, but for everyone who dares to dream alongside you. So hear me clearly, your limits are not fixed, your potential is not predetermined, and your future is not written by yesterday. If you choose to reject the constraints imposed upon you and embrace the power within, you will not just succeed, you will become the exception. Too often, we spend our lives trying to fit into molds that were never made for us. We look around and see what others are doing, how others are succeeding, and we say, I should be like them. But let me tell you, the moment you try to be like everyone else, you rob the world of the very thing it needs most. There is a power inside you, a gift that only you can bring, and it is waiting for you to step into it unapologetically. Your uniqueness is not a mistake. It is not a flaw. It is your greatest weapon. Embracing your uniqueness begins with recognition. You must see yourself as God, the universe, or life itself sees you, not as ordinary, not as replaceable, but as irreplaceable. There is no one else on this planet with your story, your experiences, your thoughts, your talents, your dreams. And the world needs what only you can give. The moment you stop comparing yourself to others, the moment you stop trying to fit in, the moment you stop dimming your light to make others comfortable, you step into the power of exceptionality. Being unique is not always easy. People will question you. They will criticize you. They will try to pull you back into conformity. But you must understand this. Every innovation, every breakthrough, every person who changed the world did so because they dared to embrace what made them different. The greatest accomplishments have always come from those who refuse to be ordinary, those who refuse to hide their brilliance in fear of judgment. You too must dare to be bold in your difference. Embracing your uniqueness also means trusting your instincts, speaking your truth, and moving in alignment with your purpose. Do not let the fear of standing out keep you in the shadows. Stand tall, walk boldly, and speak your vision clearly. The more you honor who you are, the more doors will open, the more opportunities will align, and the more people will be drawn to the authenticity you bring. Hear me when I say this: the world will always need more of what only you can provide. Stop shrinking yourself. Stop hiding in plain sight. Let your individuality shine so brightly that it cannot be ignored. When you embrace your uniqueness, you are no longer ordinary. You are a force, a beacon, a living testimony that it is possible to rise above the expected. You were made to stand out, to make waves, to leave a mark that no one else can leave. Embrace it, own it, and watch how your life transforms as you truly become the exception. Life has a way of testing us. It throws storms when we least expect them. Doors slam in our faces, and sometimes the world seems determined to remind us of our limits. But let me tell you something: the difference between the ordinary and the exceptional is not that the exceptional never face hardship. No. The difference is that the exceptional use hardship as fuel. They turn their trials into triumphs, their setbacks into setups, and their pain into power. Adversity is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your transformation. When life knocks you down, it is tempting to stay there, to let frustration, disappointment, and fear define you. But what if I told you that the very struggles you are facing are designed to prepare you for greatness? Every challenge, every obstacle, every no you encounter is a teacher in disguise. It is shaping your character, strengthening your resolve, and building a foundation that cannot be shaken by circumstances. The question is not whether adversity will come, it is whether you will rise above it. Turning adversity into advantage requires a shift in perspective. You have to see the opportunity in the struggle, the lesson in the loss, and the strength in the setback. Instead of asking, why me? Ask, what can I learn? How can I grow? How can I use this to become stronger, smarter, and better than I was yesterday? When you start asking those questions, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being a victor in your journey. The truth is, some of the most extraordinary people in history became legends because they refused to let their hardships define them. They transformed every trial into a stepping stone towards success. And so can you. The pain you feel today can be the power you feel tomorrow. The obstacles you face today can become the milestones of your breakthrough. You must refuse to quit, refuse to give up, and refuse to let adversity rob you of your destiny. Hear me when I say this: your challenges are not a punishment. They are a platform. The bigger the storm, the higher you can rise. The deeper the struggle, the stronger your impact can be. When you learn to turn adversity into advantage, you stop surviving and start thriving. You stop walking in limitation and start stepping into the life you were destined to live. You don't just overcome, you become the exception, standing tall in a world that thought you would bend, break, or back down. And that, my friends, is the power of turning your trials into triumphs. Becoming the exception requires more than talent. It requires more than luck. It requires a commitment to growth that never rests, never tires, and never settles for mediocrity. Too many people wait for opportunity to knock, for the perfect moment to arrive, or for someone else to pave the way. But exceptions don't wait. They build themselves. They sharpen their skills, expand their knowledge, and invest in their future relentlessly. Growth is not optional if you want to rise above the ordinary. It is the foundation of everything exceptional. Commitment to growth means being willing to do what others won't, to sacrifice comfort for progress, and to keep moving forward even when the path is hard. It means embracing failure as a teacher and using every misstep as a stepping stone. Every lesson you learn, every skill you develop, every ounce of effort you invest compounds over time. Growth is not always glamorous. It can be exhausting, humbling, and uncomfortable, but it is always necessary. The difference between those who remain average And those who become extraordinary is not the absence of obstacles, it is the presence of relentless effort. Relentless growth also demands curiosity. You must be hungry for knowledge, for improvement, for understanding. Seek out mentors, study the masters, read, observe, and absorb. Surround yourself with people and experiences that challenge you, stretch you, and push you beyond what you thought possible. The world moves fast, and if you are not growing, you are falling behind. But when you commit to growth, you position yourself ahead of the curve, prepared for the opportunities that others miss. Growth is also internal. It is not just what you know, but who you become. Strengthen your character, discipline your mind, and nurture your spirit. Develop the resilience, patience, and confidence necessary to navigate the storms that life will inevitably bring. Remember, exceptional people are not born. They are forged through years of persistent effort, deliberate learning, and unwavering commitment to becoming better than they were yesterday. Hear me when I say this: the world will test you, but your commitment to growth will carry you through. Every day you choose to learn, to stretch, to push beyond what you thought possible, you are stepping closer to the life you were meant to live. Relentless growth transforms potential into power, dreams into reality, and ordinary lives into extraordinary legacies. Commit to it, embrace it, and watch as your life rises above the ordinary, marking you as the exception in a world that often settles for less. No one achieves greatness alone. The people you allow into your life determine the heights you can reach and the limits you will face. Too often we underestimate the power of our circle. We think talent alone will carry us, or that hard work and isolation is enough. But let me tell you, your environment shapes your mindset, your habits, and ultimately your destiny. To become the exception, you must surround yourself with excellence, people, ideas, and influences that challenge you, elevate you, and refuse to let you settle for mediocrity. Surrounding yourself with excellence starts with discernment. You must be intentional about who you spend your time with. Avoid those who drain your energy, plant seeds of doubt, or celebrate mediocrity. Instead, seek those who inspire you, mentor you, and push you to think bigger. Align yourself with people whose vision stretches beyond the ordinary, whose discipline inspires your own, and whose passion fuels your fire. When you immerse yourself in excellence, you absorb it. You become a reflection of the standards, values, and ambition of the people around you. Excellence also challenges you to grow beyond your comfort zone. When you are in the company of those who demand more from themselves, you are compelled to demand more from yourself. It is easy to plateau when no one is holding you accountable, but when you surround yourself with those who model discipline, integrity, and relentless pursuit of their goals, you are constantly reminded that you too are capable of extraordinary things. Their success becomes a mirror that reflects the possibilities of your own life. Furthermore, surrounding yourself with excellence is not just about professional growth, it is about spiritual, emotional, and mental growth as well. Exceptional people encourage honesty, resilience, and wisdom. They challenge you to confront your weaknesses, to see opportunities where others see obstacles, and to rise when you are tempted to fall. They will celebrate your victories without envy and hold you accountable when you stray from your path. Hear me when I say this: your circle is either a trampoline or a trap. It will either lift you higher or keep you grounded in mediocrity. To become the exception, you must be intentional about your associations. Fill your life with excellence, and it will fill you with power, vision, and the courage to rise above the ordinary. Your circle will determine your standard, and your standard will determine your destiny. Choose wisely, choose boldly, and watch as your life transforms into a testament of what happens when you refuse to settle for anything less than extraordinary. Dreams remain nothing more than whispers in the wind until you take action. You can plan, prepare, and pray all you want, but if you do not move, if you do not step forward boldly, your vision will never see the light of day. To become the exception, you must learn to act boldly, to push past hesitation, doubt, and fear, and to take the steps that others are too afraid to take. Boldness is not recklessness. It is courage tempered by faith, determination, and clarity of purpose. It is standing up when the world expects you to sit down, speaking out when silence is safer, and moving forward when the path is uncertain. Fear is the enemy of greatness. It whispers in your ear that you are not ready, that the timing is wrong, that failure will destroy you. But let me tell you this, the exceptional do not let fear dictate their destiny. They acknowledge it, understand it, and then move anyway. Every great achievement in history, every breakthrough that changed the world was accomplished by someone who dared to act while the rest hesitated. Acting boldly and fearlessly is not about the absence of fear. It is about choosing to rise above it, knowing that your purpose demands action, even when comfort tempts you to pause. Bold action also requires decisiveness. The exceptional know that opportunities will not wait. Waiting for perfect timing, perfect conditions, or perfect confidence is a trap that keeps dreams locked in the realm of imagination. To act boldly is to trust yourself, to trust your vision, and to trust the process of growth that comes from stepping into the unknown. Every step you take in courage strengthens your muscles of faith and resilience. Every risk you embrace becomes a ladder to heights you could not reach from the ground of hesitation. Acting boldly and fearlessly inspires others too. People are drawn to courage. They are energized by someone who refuses to settle for mediocrity and who moves with conviction toward their purpose. When you act boldly, you create momentum not only for yourself, but for everyone who witnesses your journey. You become a living testament to the power of stepping out, of speaking up, and of daring to be more than ordinary. Hear me when I say this, the world does not remember those who waited, who hesitated, or who feared the unknown. It remembers those who acted boldly, fearlessly, and without apology. If you want to become the exception, you must move. You must take risks. You must step into the arena of life with courage as your armor and action as your weapon. Boldness transforms dreams into reality, and fearlessness turns possibility into breakthrough. Step forward, rise up, and claim the life you were born to live. So now hear me clearly, my friends. You have the power to rise above, to defy the odds, and to break every chain that has ever tried to hold you down. You were not created to live ordinary, to follow the crowd, or to settle for what's easy. You were created to stand tall, to rise higher, and to become the exception that the world never saw coming. But it starts with a choice to redefine your limits, to embrace your uniqueness, to turn your struggles into strength, and to commit to relentless growth. A choice to surround yourself with excellence, and above all, to act boldly and fearlessly, even when fear whispers, even when doubt shouts, even when the world tells you no. Let today be the day you refuse to be average. Let today be the day you rise above hesitation, doubt, and fear, and step into your extraordinary. Your story, your breakthrough, your destiny is waiting, and it cannot be claimed by anyone but you. Stand up, move forward, and live a life so powerful, so remarkable, that people will not only see your success, they will feel it. You are not just capable. You are called. You are not just meant to survive. You are meant to soar, go, and become the exception.